Hey everyone, this is Mr. Michelson. Just wanted to do a little bit more talking about that site that I introduced the other day called SIRS. Again, you can find the link to it right here on Google Classroom. It'll take you to, it'll take you to the site that looks just like this, where we've got several different topics and some that are more popular than others here. If we scroll down, or even if we click on the View All Issues button up here, we'll see hundreds really, more topics to talk about or to think about. And one that I thought we might take a look at here today, just to show you, just to dig a little bit deeper into what this SIRS site is all about and how you can use it, is curfew. If you don't know what curfew is, we'll explain that in a second. You may have had conversations already with your parents about curfew. But take a look at it here. And every issue that you click on is going to look similar. So I have the title of the issue right here, curfew. You've got a picture that's sort of relevant to the issue here. And oftentimes you'll see a little editorial cartoon that has to do with the issue that maybe gets you thinking about it or shows you a little bit about what some other people think about it. And then you'll have an essential question. And that essential question for this particular issue is, are curfew laws that target teens unfair? So it's an interesting question, I think. And before you even hear what people's opinions are about it, you'll see a little background. And this might be helpful to read. You can actually expand on this if you click the Read More button. I'll just read this to you, what it says about this issue. Beginning in the 1990s, cities and countries in the U.S. that were concerned with rising juvenile crime rates began passing curfew laws. These laws limit the hours that teens under a certain age, usually 18, can be out in public. Most curfew laws apply to evening and night hours. Recently, though, some cities have enacted laws restricting children and teens from being in public unchaperoned during school hours. Unchaperoned means not with their parents or with their guardians. Some shopping malls have even begun to limit the hours that teens can enter without an adult due to concerns about loitering and fighting. Those in favor of teen curfew laws claim that they help reduce juvenile crime and promote parental responsibility. Opponents of teen curfew laws argue that the laws unfairly discriminate against teens who have done nothing wrong and place an additional burden on police forces that are already stretched thin. So that paragraph right there kind of gives you a really good background, not only on what the issue is and what a curfew is all about, but on what people think about this issue. So if I scroll down, I'll also see a few different resources here that you could click on. I'm not going to click on those right now because I think these are the most important things. We've got two different viewpoints. You might think of one as a pro and the other as a con. On the first viewpoint here, it says curfew laws discriminate against teens who have done nothing wrong. And really what this is an answer to this question: are curfew laws that target teens unfair? These people say that curfew laws discriminate against teens who have done nothing wrong. The other viewpoint is that curfew laws reduce juvenile crime and violence, protect minors, and promote parental responsibility. So there's two different sides to this issue. And underneath each of these viewpoints, you see three sort of recommended articles. These are three articles that I think will likely have a lot to say about this viewpoint. And so you can click on those. I'll just show you one of them. This one says, local teens disappointed, frustrated by new curfew at malls. Looks like it had something to do with a place in Wisconsin here in Madison where there was a issue about curfew. So this is a little bit longer of an article, but it probably has some things to say about curfew, and it might support that viewpoint that curfews are unfair and that laws that are involving curfews discriminate against teens who have done nothing wrong. Some of these other ones might be also useful, might help to back up that viewpoint. You might learn a little bit more about the issue. And for this one, it would be curfew. But there's a lot of other issues on here. This is just an example. And I just want to kind of show you what each of these sort of looks like. So that's all I'll talk about today. You can go ahead and explore a little bit more on this SIRS site. Feel free to do that. And with that, I'll say goodbye, and I'll have another update for you next class on how to use SIRS a little bit better.